Hey, I'm about to go level up. I cannot settle for nothing. I never been regular. Always knew I could do better. I finally made it this far and I'm not looking back.
Welcome to Wired Axcess, all access granted. We're back with another episode. This time we bring in Omaha North senior, Iowa Hawkeye commit, Darion Jones. Darion, welcome to the show. I appreciate you coming out and let me come hang out in your hood.
Oh yeah, I'm very blessed and I'm thankful for this interview.
So, man, of course, people that don't know, they're like, oh, he's going to Iowa, his brother's at Nebraska. Of course, that's a big thing, but one, you're going to make a name for yourself. Two, this has been something you've been wanting for a long time. Iowa's your favorite team. What do you remember, like, even how you even gained interest in Iowa?
I would just say growing up, TV on the screen. I would just say like my dad wearing Iowa gear, and my mom's side, they were wearing Nebraska gear, like my aunt. And so I was like, yeah, I'm going to go choose Iowa. And then just growing up watching them, and then Noah Fant going to Iowa as well was a big thing because, like, my dad's he's been working at OPS for 24 years. So I grew up around OPS knowing, like, Noah and how good he was. My brother also coached at South. So it was just, I know Noah was, and him going to Iowa was a huge thing because he also worked at Ward Academy. So it was
Hold
really
on a sec. Your uncle coached at Omaha South.
No, my brother.
Oh, your brother? When was that?
Oh gosh, let me think of years. It wasn't too long ago. And actually, it was pretty long ago.
Because I was there for 2011 to 2018.
Then he probably would know him, DeAndre Jones Jr., DJ.
Man, I must admit, and I think he was right after.
Maybe after
Fant, right?
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah, because I was there until Fant was done, and then they brought in new coaches. But I like that you brought up Noah Fant because that's like anybody that's seen their episodes or like he's a big reference to me because I watched how social media treated an adult.
Yeah.
Or a young athlete gonna be an adult, and obviously this is Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 7-8 years ago, so it's came a long way. But the way that fans treat athletes when it comes to those decisions, what's kind of your personal experience? Because that's kind of why I really like talking to athletes after they make that decision. I really like to talk about the process because the way that your journey is doesn't matter what anybody else. And I always tell my kids, none of them are going to pay your bills, and none of them are going to care. But you obviously probably have gotten some sweat of, hey man, you're not going to Nebraska, you're going to Iowa.
Yeah.
What was kind of your experience?
Like my parents and my uncles, they told me before I even committed to Iowa, they're like, hey, if you don't go to Nebraska, after I told them I was going to Iowa, they're like, people, those Nebraska fans on Twitter, they're gonna be talking, they're gonna say some crazy things. You just don't even look at it. If you do look at it, just don't think anything about it. I make it as a joke. I mean, I've seen a lot of things on my Twitter, my Instagram. It's pretty funny to me. Like it's like, dang, you must spend a lot of your time just texting that. So it's like I just say it's a joke and just can't take it seriously. That's all.
And when you see someone like Noah Fant that goes there and succeeds and makes it to the next level, how does that encourage you? And what are some of the things that you take from it?
That's a really big thing because, he came from Omaha, OPS kid as well, going to Iowa, succeeded, and I'm guessing he had a great time there. So, I just do the exact same thing. Go there, work hard, be a name for Omaha, OPS, and then work just because for a kid from Nebraska, go to Iowa, and just be really talented there.
Well, a lot of people don't understand that about him. I mean, he was at Omaha Burke, could have won championships, went to Omaha South, went there for one reason, and that was because he could play both offense and defense. In your scenario, you've stuck with Omaha North. You've had the opportunity to do what Darion wants to do.
Yeah.
How has that been very important for you compared to, let's say you went to a Millard South or you went and did what other people did?
Yeah.
The opportunity just wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't be, exactly, because I know, OPS is the one just means more when you come from OPS, so that's a big thing to me. And then just, North, I grew around North, around the culture and the coaches. I just could never leave them because, they're family, and they know their best interest is for me. So I stick to North, and then I got to play both sides and special teams there. So, maybe if I went to, one of, the bigger schools, like Millard South, I don't know if I would be able to play both sides or all three ways like I did at North.
And how does that kind of help you prepare yourself? I think as a D1 athlete, sometimes if you neglect yourself on that opportunity to play and show what you have, you might miss that opportunity of an offer or also just a chance to know that you could see the field at any moment as a freshman instead of going, oh, I got to go to this D1, I got a red shirt, I mean, obviously you've seen it with your brother
Yeah.
where he got some opportunities that were granted because of the hard work and the dedication,
Exactly.
not because of anything else besides his work ethic.
Exactly. I mean, I think it's the biggest thing to show coaches on your film is being able to play all three sides of the ball. You know, showing your versatility. 'Cause, like, that's what they love to see. Because a one-way player is good, but someone that can play all three ways is even better. So that's why I'm going to do the same thing at Iowa. I mean, I'm going there as a DB, but you know, I'm gonna show my special teams. I'm gonna show my offensive ways. I can be a threat either way.
You look at what you've, of course, accomplished also with Warren Academy, and we greatly appreciate, for those that don't recognize the background, we're out here where Warren Academy does their workouts and has obviously changed the culture in 7-on-7 and changed the culture and opportunities. I mean, I've been here, I've covered when he had 11 colleges here to look at athletes. I've been here for when Williams from Nebraska comes out and does the 1v1 challenge. You know, and just the opportunity to have a facility that, you know, if you need that workout, you can come find a place.
It's huge because Nebraska, people like down south don't get it. Like, it gets cold up here, so like we don't have like we can't just go outside 24/7. So like that's a huge thing to have this big nice facility where we can come in the wintertime when there's snow on the ground, but we can still get our work in. So like every winter from like December to probably we usually end around April time. I mean, I think every athlete in Nebraska should be going to Warren Academy because I mean it's a blessed place. If you want to become a Division I athlete, Division II, an IIA, D3, JUCO, I feel like you should come here because like you're gonna get better when you come here. We have the best coaching staff you can ask for in Nebraska, and if you come and show up every day, you're gonna get the good work in.
When you look at, of course, how you got to Warren County, how was that connection? What do you remember about when you first started with Warren?
Oh, I started my first I remember it was like fourth grade. Before we were even in this facility, we were at a local park. It was me, Braylon, Jet, AJ, a couple other kids as well, and we were just at a park working out. My dad knew Warren from before. I had to ask him like how he met Warren, but like Warren brought me out there. We were just like a little team before like 7-on-7 like really blew up. And then, like, the next year, Coach Warren made Warren Academy. My brother played here, like, Devin Jackson, Jalen, all of them started playing. So it was still, like, a little thing. Like, Nebraska Late was still, like, a bigger one. But then Warren Academy started getting bigger beyond the years. And then, look at now, we're the biggest 7-on-7 organization in Nebraska. And, I mean, every good talent comes here to play.
And when you look at the 7-on-7, how does this help you as an athlete? Because, of course, sometimes people would think maybe you could get burnt out. How do you kind of make this worth it and not a burnout?
I would say, I mean, I played basketball my whole life on top of 7-on-7. I go from basketball practice straight to here. I feel like, I mean, you might get burnt out, but, like, I feel like you shouldn't get burnt out. It's pretty easy to manage it all. And I think if you, like, put your mind on it, you can really just, like, work here because it's not crazy. I mean, there's private workouts, but like 7-on-7 organization of the team, we practice every Wednesday and every Sunday. So it's not like a crazy, like every single day thing. It's just Wednesday and Sunday, come there and get good work in. And then there's also like private sessions like on during the weekend you should do as well. But like, it's not too bad. It's perfect.
When you look at the coaching staff, how is your constant connection with and being able to take what you learn from your coaching staff here and whoever you might work out with here, and then instill it into what you have at North? Because, of course, you're a type that's obviously learning how to take the two cultures, still be Darion Jones, but have a way where I'm going to take the North way, I'm going to take the Warren Academy way, and I'm making Darion Jones way.
Exactly. Like, Coach Veland is our corners coach, and then also is our corners coach here at, like, Warren Academy. And then me and him, my brother, and other people do, like workouts with him when he comes back in town. So, like, he's a really good coach. I mean, he's great. Also, Coach Bowman. He also, of course, kind of works at North as well, but he's also the safeties coach here, and he's really good as well. They both play in the NFL. Coach Veland's from Omaha. He went to Benson, so that's also a really huge thing. He went to Nebraska. So then having those two people there to take you, like, you can look up to them. I mean, they've been in NFL. They've been there. One has a ring, so it's like you can really just take advice from them. And then for North, like, I learned two different things at North, yes. It's like, that's why you always try to always say, like, don't, like, try to let your coach, you know, wherever you're at, do what they want you to do. But then, like, in your mind, also still, like, okay, you know how to do certain things, like, in your certain way. But, like, listen to your coach first, and then maybe, like, in the game, you can change it up and whatnot. But, like, I like to listen to my North coaches and also put in some more academy things as well.
I like that you make that point because what happens is a lot of times, and this is probably, I coach DBs, and this is probably the number one thing that I've seen even at the, at the pro level. you get out there on that island, and then you besides that you don't have any teammates, and you trying to play you, and then all of a sudden you miss the coverage
Yeah.
because you playing you instead of playing what the coaches said. So I really like that you reiterate that factor where it's okay to learn,
Exactly.
but know what is right and know what you need to do. When you look at, of course, you stated the facts. You had two coaches that coach you, along with Warren, all Nebraska bred. How does that not factor in with seeing the success that they were able to have, but also making your decision to go Nebraska or Iowa?
I would say, I mean, it was a big thing. Like, I seen both my coaches went to Nebraska, and I was like, I really did like the coaching staff. I mean, they're a great team, a great program. You know, it was just like came down to like, I just wanted to do my own thing kind of and just go to Iowa. Also, I really loved their coaches as well. Great program, great place. And then they were on me from the jump too, so that was also a really good thing. I felt a good connection with them.
So, of course, you got your senior year coming up. You guys have a lot of moving parts on the senior season. What do you think is the most important thing so far that you've seen that is going to be going into your senior season? What's the thing that you feel like you guys already have established?
I would say we already have established is our defense. I mean, we've returned almost actually their whole entire defense returned this year because Tyson didn't get to play unfortunately didn't get to play the whole year. So then we had our backup in for Tyson and he played the rest of the season. So like our whole entire defense comes back. So I mean, that's a really great thing, especially in high school when you have your whole defense back. We have a good connection together and we know how to work together. And then some things I think we need to work on. I mean, like, I don't go to the O-lineman. I know we have a new O-line this year because we lost 4 starters. We had 1 returning starter. So, I mean, I know there's been some challenges there, but I think they're doing really good, what I've seen. And then for, like, skill players, we lost Connor. Connor was a great, amazing receiver. Me and him had the exact same yard, so it's like losing a very key player. So, but now we have some young talent where like Rear Washington, Corday Richard, Ari Shelley, they can step up and be that guy where they can help me as well and show the defense that there's more than just one threat.
What do you think was your biggest growth this past season for you that really kind of set you apart? And of course, I first met you last summer, I believe, when you were, doing some workouts here and seeing all that. But the growth in 12 months is amazing. Obviously, the opportunity came with that growth. What do you feel your biggest?
I would say I was blessed to, like, physically grow. Like, I mean, I got bigger, I got taller, which helps a lot, especially with confidence too. I mean, I was a short corner my whole life, and then I eventually grew, became a taller corner. That confidence helped a lot. I wasn't as like nervous and scared to be on an island alone. You just gotta take it. But then I would say my biggest thing was my playmaking ability on the ball. Like, I really worked on that because you can work on PBUs and stuff, but I mean, picks change games, and every PBU is one step behind of a pick. So I always try to get that one step and work on it and then get that pick every single time.
Well, I like that you said working on the pick. Of course, you're playing against some great quarterbacks that are with Warren Academy, whether it's Braylon, whether it's Jet. How do those quarterbacks help your defense and help you really change who you are? Because you see the top in the state doing what they do, but you're like, I'm one of the top DBs in the States that's going to do what I do.
That's a really good question because, I mean, I grew up with coming here Warren, and then the 4 quarterbacks are always here. Michael, Will Anderson, Jet, and Braylon. So, I mean, the 4 best quarterbacks in Nebraska I've been training with on offense and defense since I was little. So, just going against them every single day, I mean, knowing that ball is going to be perfect. So you can't rely on, a bad ball or whatnot. That ball's going to go to a certain spot. So you just have to play it right and just really have to bait the quarterbacks to throw you a pick because those 4 are really good, and it's really hard to just get picks from them in practice. So then a lucky one comes around, you take that advantage and pick it off.
What made you decide defense over offense?
I would say growing up, my hands were not as good. I was in elementary school, middle school, my hands weren't that good. I just couldn't catch as much as I can now. So I just ultimately chose more comfortable on defense. And then in high school, I mean, I found my spot faster on the defensive side of the ball. So I just really worked on that. And then my junior year, when I already knew I was going to start on corner, I really just try to work really hard on offense because I know my team would need it. I mean, we just only had Connor returning, so I know I had to step up and be a receiver as well.
You brought up a great point there. What was the mental factor of seeing what the team needs for Omaha North and going, my best opportunity is defense, and if I want to make it right, I got to do the right steps to make that right?
Oh, yeah, I think every person should see that. I mean, you should try to fit where you can play at and then just show, okay, if I can play a DB, but also my team would need me a lot at receiver. So I would work on being a receiver then, because like it's what your team needs, and like what your team can do for you can do a lot of things actually.
You get through this last season, the recruiting trail obviously opens. You go on a lot of trips, and you have a lot of coaching support to get you to these places.
Mm-hmm.
How important were those visits for your overall just mental understanding what could be and what is reality?
You know, my personal opinion, I feel like, I mean, people should commit early if they feel comfortable or whatnot. But I mean, I think if you have offers and the coaches like really truly want you, I think you should wait until official visits, because I mean, that really shows you, okay, what the school is, what they're offering on the table, and like what you can just like go from there. Like being there in person, talking to the players. I mean, people take that for granted. Like knowing like your teammates and like knowing some other recruits is like really big things. Then you feel comfortable going into college, knowing like really nice people and nice guys. I think my biggest take was like my official visits, I got to meet a lot of nice people from like California, like Florida, a whole bunch of random kids I've never met, but like they were trying to be really good people. And then just like hanging with also the older players, them telling you like the things behind the scenes is really helpful.
And when you look across the board, like you said, you've been around a lot of recruits that have made it all divisions.
Mm-hmm.
What was your biggest takeaway before getting recruited directly, and what was the thing that you kind of learned after you got your own? What was something you learned from others, and what was your own?
You know, I would say for sure, like, I mean, I watched kids go from like different levels and whatnot, so I knew like what the standard was, like seeing, okay, a guy that's going Power 5 and a guy that's going D2, and how I could like change like how I needed to work, because I mean, even that D2 guy was still really good in high school, but I mean, you just gotta break that barrier and just to really work just to get to that next Division 1 level.
You go through your recruiting. What was the thing that you felt from teams? No teams need to ever be talked about, but just the real feeling. Were you able to distinguish what was a real I want you, or hey, let me show them the ropes and show them everything, but you knew in the backfield maybe it wasn't the right conversation of, hey, we're going to place you here. This is where we see you.
You know, I mean, that's a really big thing. Cause, like, my brother was telling me, like, okay, these teams are all going to try to, like, you know, motivate you to come. They'll say, like, a lot of things. So it's, like, really know the difference between, like, wanting you and just, like, saying they want you just to have you. And that was a big thing for me. I mean, I think all my schools, they all wanted me really well. That's why I felt very comfortable going to these 5 schools. I had my last 5, it was really good people.
When you look at your brother's commitment and his way, his route, how did you take from that and go, okay, I can see the vision of how he went through it?
You know, I was surprised. Like, I thought my path was going to be the exact same as my brother. Like, start off, get the D2 offers, and then work your way up having to camp just to get offers. But then, like, when I got the first offer from SDSU, it all, like, changed, and I was just, like, going through it, like, myself. Like, he was helping me out, but, like, he also didn't know as well because he didn't go through, like, that same, like, process. So then it was just, like, a process on my own. It was exciting. It was super fun, and I had a great time with it.
You speak on the SDSU. Of course, they come down to Omaha, Nebraska regularly. How important is that connection early from a school like them compared to, like, let's say Nebraska came at you early? How what's kind of the feel for you that you might also let other people know that these schools that are developing kids to get them to a different school are going to show you that first love, but, you know, because I think sometimes people come to the dance late.
Yeah. I think that's exactly true. I mean, like, I was so excited when SDSU even talked to me because, I mean, I know the history behind SDSU, one of the best or the best program in FCS football. So that's, like, a huge thing for me because, like, I never thought in my life that, like, my first school ever talked to me was going to be, like, a Power 5 school, like, my first offer. I knew I was, like, wasn't, like, that, like, I wasn't physically developed enough to get those offers first. So I was so excited when I got invited to SDSU game day. They were, like, my only, them and Iowa were actually my only game day invites my junior year. I went on one SDSU game and one Iowa game. So then it was just like a great feel that SDSU was there from the beginning, and also Iowa was there from the beginning.
And then, of course, when you look at your college experience as far as getting out and seeing, what are some of the things that already was like things that you were hoping for when they would talk to you? Was it more of location? Was it more of playing time? Was it their vision of where you could be?
You know, I would say it was all those things, like them telling me how I fit into their defense and, like, what does the scenario look like for me. That was also huge things, like, and also just, like, them talking about how, like, good their team was and, like, how, like, the culture of the team works. And that's a huge thing because, like, having a good team bond is an amazing thing.
Of course, you got your parents right along with you. How does this all go for you and your parents? Because, of course, they've been down the road with your brother. They know what D1 and how it all goes, but they also probably want you to have your own.
Oh yeah, my mom and dad, they don't ever like try to interfere. They just like, if we say we want to go somewhere, either for a camp or like we invited somewhere, he's like, and he asks us if you want to go, we'll go. If you don't want to go, you don't have to go. So I mean, he likes to stay back and do whatever. Like, he just wants us to have our own path. I think it's the best feeling, because I mean, I was very grateful for my dad and my mom just to let me do my own thing, and it was a great thing.
Of course, when you look at going through the process and you're making these decisions, when did you finally make that decision to say, football was my one? I think kids nowadays are so wrapped up between the multi-sports, or when they do go one sport, it's like balls to the wall. 12 months, you're all in or you're all out. Kind of what's the process been for you?
I mean, for me, I always grew up a multiple-sport athlete. Football, basketball, and track were my main 3 sports I always did. And then even when I got to high school, I've always wanted to play Division I football, but like also basketball has always been for fun. I just like enjoy playing it. It's a fun sport. I never took like college seriously, but football and track I took very seriously to go to college. Like, I knew if I would like make a decision if I want to go play football or track in college, or maybe both. But like I would say like my sophomore year, I placed really good in track, and I was really thinking about just like going really just like all for track. But then, because I wasn't like growing, I wasn't like physically like that like developed for football yet. But then I grew and got bigger my junior year. This last year coming up, it was just like I had an amazing football season, and I showed like, okay, I can really do this, and like I can go somewhere with this. So if I really work hard and like be disciplined, I can go far places with football.
When you look at you've talked a couple times about change. Besides obviously the growth, what was some things that you felt you had to change to put yourself in the situation? We've had like a Connor Capisci who felt he was a top baseball player, goes to this camp, no coaches talk to him at 100. He finds himself, he's like, I got to get faster, quicker, smaller. Now the dude's, was up for the MLB draft last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, one mental thing could totally eat at you and say, I got to change.
I would say the big thing is, like, having confidence in yourself, like, knowing that you can do something is a huge thing, because confidence is key, and that can, like, change you, like, from mind to being either soft or, like, mentally strong. That's a huge thing for, like, football.
How about, was it weights? Food? What was that situation for you?
You know,
like, always on that?
I wasn't ever like took it like that seriously. I've always been like smaller, like my whole life. Like, you ask anyone, like I was always a little kid my freshman, sophomore year, and then I randomly like got bigger. But, I still don't weigh that much now to this day. I wish I did, and I'm trying to gain more weight, but it's just like God's plan. So it's like I just let it happen.
You get through your junior season. What was your feeling towards the end of that season? Of course, they didn't think you guys were going to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
You get in the playoffs. And you have that ride with people like a Tyson. You have Mikey Gow as the quarterback. You have all them pieces together, but you end it there. What was that kind of like for you?
I was happy with like the way my season ended. Yes, I want to go to the state championship and win, but we got cut short. But I was blessed to not get injured at all that season. That was like the biggest thing for me, because I know that was an important season. And then just like having the team with me. I wish Tyson could play the whole year. That would have been amazing. Some other people as well. But then it was sad. Mikey being his last year with North. That was a great guy for me personally, because I know Mikey since I was little. So just him having in class and just like hanging all this after school or like out of football was the best thing ever.
How does that situation look from your perspective? Some people don't understand how academy can develop someone. Of course, Mikey went and is now playing at Zion.
Yep, Mount Zion. It's like some of
and it's a top academy, but not many people understand how that goes. Of course, I've known someone that's went through IMG. It's where it is all football. You do your school, don't get me wrong, but 99% of the time, it's all in.
Exactly. I think people should just don't take it for granted. Football, it can be your life, but I think football, the biggest thing is life outside of football as well. Like hanging with your teammates is amazing, because it just makes the bond even better in the games, and it changes the game from the games aren't so serious now. It's more just fun playing with your friends, and it's the best thing ever.
How do you distinguish and get some of your teammates, do you feel? Because not everybody is at that D1 want to drive athlete.
Yeah.
How do you help your team to get more athletes to understand the opportunity, if they want it, is there, but also distinguishing yourself away and go, okay, I know how far I can push some people to be on that boat.
Like North only has that biggest thing in the state because I mean we have a lot of kids that like play just to play, but they don't have like that drive to like. They don't care if we win or lose. They don't care if they go to college or not. But, like, I don't try to push it too hard. But, like, there's some kids that, like, I think, like, okay, you guys can go. Like, I know there's a couple kids like, I know that can go some places. And I try to work them hard. I text them every day to come to practice, come to workouts, and, like, just, like, to buy in. Because, like, you can change your life with this. And you can really just go to a free college, and then that can change your life right there. So I would say I push a lot of young kids. Like, one especially, like Rear Washington, I probably push him a lot because, I mean, I see a lot of myself in him. So, I mean, him going, like, he's got his first Whopper Wayne State. That's a big thing for me. I mean, I'm very proud of him, and I think he can go as big as I am or bigger. So that's what I'm trying to push him really hard.
That's the key to a great teammate right there. And you said way more than I expected in the right way, though. Just the fact of seeing your younger self and others and going, okay, the opportunity's there if they want it. And you're able to push them sometimes out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
How do you know, and how are they being receptive to it? What's some things that you're seeing across the board that's going, okay, I got these guys on my back?
You know, like, it's a lot of them most of the time do buy in because they really realize they can do it and they buy in as well. But then some of them, like, you know, I don't want to try to push it hard because, I mean, like, then they just won't come. So, like, you usually let them do their own thing because hopefully one day it will just click for them and then they show up every day like I do.
Saying that, I have to, be honest. When it comes to OPS, I know that was our hardest thing for South. You didn't have the same 22 guys every day. And I think, athletes have to understand that if you're committing to football, commit to it and go all out. And you never know what could happen. You never know what you can accomplish. But also, you're teaching yourself that life lesson of, I've committed, I'm going to give what I can give.
Yeah.
Because it just makes it harder on those Fridays, especially as a teammate that, you guys are looking to get back to state and bring back another championship for Coach Larry. How important is it for Omaha North and so far what you've seen between your brother and yourself to have a coach like Coach Martin?
Coach Martin is basically my uncle. I mean, he was there when I was born. He knows him and my dad are, like, extremely close. So, like, he's basically my uncle. And, like, growing up, just, like, seeing him coach my oldest brother, Danon, one of my older brothers, Danon, at North. And he won 2 championships with them. So it's showing, like, how great of a coach he is. Like, just off the field as well. I mean, he's in the classrooms, helping out and doing a whole bunch of other stuff like that. And he's really just always there for people. People like think he's a scary guy, but I mean, Coach Martin will talk to you any day, and he's super nice and a great person because he really helps people a lot and helped me a lot in my journey because he always knew I had it in me, just like waiting for it to come out.
Academics, how have you been able to keep that on the understanding of what's important and also has maybe even made it easier to the opportunities that you're getting?
Oh, I mean, I think academics are the biggest thing because, I mean, I have, like, a high GPA. That's why I got my second offer was Ivy League school, just because, like, how good my grades were. And I think it's important just to have those good grades because the coaches have a trust. Like, okay, I don't have to worry about this guy when his grades are already good. So then you don't want to be that person where the coaches are always on you about grades and stuff. That's just not a good thing to have. And I think grades are very important.
You were, of course, not at the school, but you saw your brother go through it. And obviously with 7th, 8th grade, you might have experienced it. When OPS took that time off, what was that like being OPS, bred and OPS love? Like, that's where your heart is. What was that like for you guys?
It was a sad thing because, like, I think that COVID year changed a lot for OPS. I mean, I think everyone knows that. Like, just showing, like, OPS was dominant before 2020. Like, I mean, we had multiple teams in the state playoffs, and it was a really good thing, but that OPS, when that COVID helped, I mean, hurt us big time because North would have either won or for sure gone to the championship that year that we didn't play, and that was a really good North team. And then we lost a lot of kids because other schools like opened up to like their doors, so then a lot of OPS have been fleeing into those other schools. But then it's like the real OPS people stay in OPS. That's why Coach Martin never tries to get people. He always buys into people that are OPS.
Of course, you got big senior year. Of course, the accomplishment is the accomplishment. We all know everybody's shooting for that championship.
Yeah.
What's kind of been the message that you guys have kind of worked around through your summer workouts that that you hope to take in here to your upcoming fall and get the season going right?
You know, I've been really just expressing like, if you look around, we have a team this year that can make it to state, and like we have a really good team this year, and it's showing that helps people buy into the team, knowing like, okay, we do have a chance here, and if everyone buys in, we can really win it too. That's what I hope everyone does this last couple weeks in the fall camp, the summer workouts, and then we have fall camp coming up right soon.
You guys are gonna get a football field.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, it's going to be after you leave.
Yeah. No.
How's that kind of been on the talks? Is that something you guys have been fiending for and wanting? Of course, you know, yeah, it's great to be able to play at Central or at Burke, and you're blessed to be able to play there and have your games played.
Yeah.
But having a home field to call home is a whole different ballgame.
Oh, it literally is, especially for like our community. I feel like a lot more students. I mean, if you look at ours, like when we come to like North games, we play at Northwest. We don't have a lot of students. Like a student section, a lot of our students don't come because either they don't have rides or like they really just can't go that far. So then, like when we have one right next to North, I think those games will be a lot more packed, and it's gonna be a very great experience. I'm sad I won't be able to play in it, but I can't wait to come back and just like see it. It's gonna be amazing.
What is some of the goals or things that you've set for your senior year? Are you going to be graduating early to get headed to Iowa early? What's kind of been your transition there?
Yep, I will be graduating early to go to Iowa, and I'm very excited for. I mean, this year, my goal for myself is to say I have like even better than last year. I mean, it's gonna be hard to get as many of those picks, but I think I'll have a chance to if people throw me the ball. So I have to take advantage of those and pick it off. And I'll say that being first team All Super State again, that'd be a great feeling to be a two-timer. And then really shooting for that main Gatorade Player of the Year as well. That'd be the best accomplishment you can get.
You, of course, see what you've done. You see where you're at, and you see where you're going. What is the things that you feel that you've been able to adjust in yourself, whether it's things that you might have missed? I think sometimes people overlook, they don't want to miss on life.
Mm-hmm.
But when you know what your goal is to get to college and to play D1, what's some of those things that you look back and you go, I missed it because I knew the dedication, but the dedication outweighs it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just sometimes there was like I could have gone out with my friends and stuff, but chose to go work out instead. That's just like a big thing because I think it'll all pay off in the end, and like I'll have a great time in college. But I mean, also you set apart from like just like you can have that college life, but also you can also decide to be all in football because like if you do really well in Division I, I mean, you have a great chance of going to NFL, and that can just change you and your family's life forever. That'll be a great thing for me.
Well, I mean, speaking of NFL, you guys had a player drafted this last year, a DB, went down to K-State, made a name for himself. Siegel's the last name, Marquise Siegel. How does that really show you what could happen in life? Because some people would go, oh, you're at Omaha North, oh, you're there. But the opportunities for everybody.
Exactly.
If you go eat. And he obviously ate good, and now I have to say a shout-out because he's going to my Niners, so I'll be rooting for him.
Love it. I mean, that's a huge thing. I mean, I watched Marquise growing up. I was on the sidelines when he was there, and it was like a really great thing to see. Like, he went to NDSU, and played FCS there, balled out, and then went down to Power 5 and did even better. So then it shows that, like, if your hard work pays off, you can end up going to your dream. And then you got drafted. That was a huge thing. And then Mekhi Butler got signed to the free agency from North as well. He's an old lineman. He went to Arkansas. He went to Iowa Western, and went to Arkansas State, and now he's in the Patriots. He was just at our school actually on last Thursday talking to us, just like showing like, I mean, y'all, no one thought, I'm from King Science. I went to Omaha North, and no one thought I was going to end up here. But I mean, if you put your head down and work hard, you can get to where you want to go.
What do you think? I mean, obviously you're sitting there amongst your peers. What do you think other people's eyes are seeing when they're there? Like, did you look around and just see how, I mean, people say it all the time with Noah when he comes. I mean, you got Noah Fant here who did the right things, went to Iowa. Why? Tight end you knew how he can get to the NFL.
Exactly.
Everybody hated on that part, but you do the math. I'll take the chance to get to the NFL over anything.
Exactly. And, I think I was looking. I mean, everyone was dialed in when he was talking because like it just shows that like I mean he went through injuries in high school as well, so like he knows what it feels like to like have an injury in high school and then thinking like, oh, okay, football not be for me, but then he just kept working and it turned out amazing for him. But I think if everyone just like if we see like if Marquise comes as well and talks, that'd be amazing for North because I mean like then the kids really can just like buy into it and like you can go from like okay it might not be going anywhere, but then you can also go somewhere and just keep working your way up.
Before we get out of here, of course, what's some of the things that when you look at the defensive side, you said a lot of starters coming back. What's some good things looking for your offensive side? Of course, you got new quarterback, some new pieces that have to come together, but Coach Martin knows what he's doing. He'll get them in the right place at the right time.
That's what everyone says. Like, we have Darion Cannon coming back, best running back in the state. I mean, you can't really beat that. It's amazing. Also, we have Michael Valencia. He came from Papio. He's an OPS kid. He went to middle school at Davis, but then decided to go to Papio for freshman year because I think he grew up playing around the junior Monarchs. But then he came back home to OPS, and he's doing amazing there at North. And we also got Jaden Cannon. He went to North. He went to Davis as well, OPS kid, but then went to Prep. But he's now back at North, him and Elijah. Elijah's our quarterback this year. He was my middle school quarterback at Davis. So, I mean, we already have that really good connection. He comes to Warren Academy as well. And I think we have a really good, those people right there are some really good offensive pieces. And then for receivers, me coming back, but then also like Rier, Corday, and Aries, and then some young freshmen like Kevin Crawford and Javier. They're also really good. So, like, we have a really good offensive team. And then O-lineman Ethan Haynes, he's a returning starter, really good at tackle. And then also we have Barrett and some other keys alignment that are coming in as well.
What's the legacy that Darion Jones is going to leave at Omaha North when you step off the final time?
I want to break as many records as I can. That's for sure. And then also just showing, like, Darion, like, he stayed all 4 years. He bought in, and he really just was like a leader for the team. I just got announced captain. It was as well last year. That was like a huge thing because, I mean, I just try to be a leader on like the overall team, but also just like breaking it down to like the receivers and DBs and just being there for them. And I think I want to leave a legacy of just like a great person, just on and off the field.
Across the board, there's a lot of good competition.
Mm-hmm.
When you look up and down your schedule, maybe you know, maybe you don't know. How many days you got circled as those?
Oh yeah, I have a couple games circled. I mean, revenge game, West Side for sure. I mean, they're ranked above us right now. They're the number 2 team in the state. We're the number 3. So, I mean, just like going against them week 1 is a huge thing. That'd be great for our team. I think if we get that win too, that would change everyone's mindset. Like, okay, we can really go to state now. If we buy in even more, it can really change. Then, Central, rival team. I mean, they're great people over there. Great. It's a great team, good coaching staff. So, I mean, I know it's supposed to be, and we're at Central this year, so that game's gonna be humongous. I mean, everyone in Omaha.
Best view downtown.
Best view, exactly. I think the whole Metro will be there. Every OPS game for sure will be there. That's gonna be a huge game. And then just like a couple other games, I would say like a homecoming game and my senior night game. It'll be a sad game. But it won't be the last time I play at Northwest because we'll probably have like a home game in the playoffs. But still, it'll be a sad day.
As you prepare yourself for Iowa, what do you think is the biggest thing that you have to continue to grow yourself for D1? And what's the thing that you see is growing enough that by the time you get there, you'll be where you want to be?
I would just say, like, getting bigger would just help out. I'm going as a 17-year-old, and I'll be going against, like, grown men, really. So just, like, getting that physically bigger would be great, but then also mentally, because my brother said, like, they're all not, the coaches are super nice now on your official visits because you're not there yet. But right when you get there, and they flip a switch, and, like, it's like, they don't care about your feelings anymore. They'll cuss you out. They'll be straight up with you. So, I mean, I think that mental part would be like the thing I need to work on the most. That'd be great for me.
Well, I'll pass on a welcoming mental thing to go through.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know, from the grapevine I heard Noah Fant was late the first day. You know what he had to do?
What do you have to do?
100-yard bear crawls, 3 of them.
Wow.
Gets there early the next day. You know what he forgot to do? Wear the right socks. You know what he had to do? 300 bear crawls.
There it is.
So remember, visual,
yeah,
on time, doing all the right things, of course, putting on the right weight. I think that's something that athletes sometimes, when it comes to it, is weight-wise.
Yeah.
What are you looking to play out? What are you hoping? And what's kind of, are they really talking to you about your weight, or are they just letting you go through it your senior season, and then once you get on campus, then that's when the...
They didn't really talk about it. They know, like, I'm a young kid, and I've developed late. I mean, I hit puberty until I was, like, last year, really. So, I have a lot of time just to get bigger as well. So then that's the big thing for me. I want to get bigger. That'd be amazing for me, but, that's all I can ask for.
Some of the students around you have reclassified because they were the younger.
Yeah.
Was that ever something you and your family talked about? I know I talked about it with my own son when he was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, after he graduated, he finally turned 18. That dude was over 6 foot now, but he was like 5'9", 5'10", all the way up until then. Like, people don't understand that factor, and some people actually try to hate on it, but to me, parents are doing what they feel is best for their kids.
Yeah, I mean, my dad talked to me, my brother Donnie about it. Actually, when I was 6th grade and he was going to be in high school in 8th grade. Tyson reclassified. Donnie thought about it. I mean, we both did think about it because we were both small. Donnie was small until his junior year as well, like me. So I mean, for sure would have helped us recruiting wise and just like playing in general a lot if we were reclassified. But I mean, I think everything plays out itself. So I mean, it'd be nice to reclassify, but it's cool.
Senior year, last year to show everything you got.
Mm-hmm.
What is Omaha North getting this year, and what is the Iowa Hawkeye fans, if they were to check this out, getting at Darion?
They're about to get a huge playmaker this year. I mean, I think I'll make some big plays for North this year, take us to go places where we want to go, and then that's going to feed into college and it's going to be the same thing.
Well, Darion, I greatly appreciate your time. I appreciate your story and drive through these past couple of years, and especially letting those people know that, recruiting process is different for everybody, but you were able to make your own statement with choosing Iowa. You were able to. And if you don't remember the picture, I'll make sure it's right here. You'll see the picture when they were young.
Yep.
He's in Iowa. His brother's in Nebraska. His family's already split, so they're already good with it. And you could be good with it too. Don't be hating on these young athletes, because I tell you, one day it could be your son or daughter or someone you know, and that's why I appreciate his story and really showing that with hard work, dedication to himself, he's now ready to go play D1. Once again, wired access, all access granted. Darion Jones, Omaha North, Iowa Hawkeyes. We'll see you next episode.